All right, if you're a realtor staring at your phone wondering what to film for YouTube, you need to stay and watch this video because I promise you're not alone. Most agents overthink the content side so much that they never actually start. But here's the truth. You don't need to be creative just yet. You just need to be strategic. Today, I'm going to give you 5 powerful video ideas that are working right now, not just for realtors creating content, but for buyers and sellers who are already actively searching for answers. Now, I keep mentioning this to you. YouTube isn't just social media, it's a search engine. And if your video answers the question someone's already typing into that search bar, YouTube will put you in front of them. These 5 video ideas are proven to work because they're based on what consumers are actually searching for, not just what realtors think they should post. So I want to give you an example. For me, I post a lot of videos in Ocala, Florida. If someone is searching for Ocala, new construction, new homes, Ocala, 95% of the time, at least one of my videos is going to come up. All right, so let's get down to the 5 video ideas. And again, there's so many video ideas, but we're just gonna talk about 5. So you can do cost of living in your city, right? So this is one of the most searched real estate topics on YouTube, especially for relocators. Break down housing, right? Gas, food, utilities, and insurance. Bonus points if you show real receipts or compare neighborhoods, right? You could do food and how, I don't know, and here in Florida, you could go to Publix, get the buy one, get one, right? I know here in Florida, we have a little bit of a higher car insurance, right? So it's always great to just keep it real. But if someone is actually looking to move to into your city or into your area, there's those types of things are not going to really defer them away from moving into your city, okay? So let's talk about number 2. Top 5 neighborhoods in your area. This builds massive trust. Share the vibe of each neighborhood. Is it family friendly? Is it gated? Is it walkable to the stores, to restaurants, to shops? Is it new construction? Maybe there's areas where it's just new construction is booming, right? People don't just want listings, they want real local insight. And I think that's extremely important, right? Because at the end of the day, you are boots on the ground and you are the expert in your area, right? So tell them about the experiences in the different areas, in the different neighborhoods that you're actually comparing. I think that's extremely important. And just don't sound robotic either. Don't tell people what you think that they want to hear, right? Keep it real because people like real and they like authenticity, right? So what I would say is, okay, let's talk about Davenport, Florida. Davenport, Florida is in Polk County, and Polk County is actually one of the main areas where people are relocating to because of affordability. There's so much happening in Davenport, and then you could just keep giving examples, right? Or if you're looking at Winter Garden has A-rated schools, is closest to Disney and all of this stuff. So you should know the different vibes, the different areas in your market, right? And just talk about the ones that you see people moving to the most, right? So get creative with it too. Use life experiences. Use where you go. Maybe you go to a really good coffee shop in the neighborhood that you're going to talk about, right? So it's always just super important to just give real life examples and tell a story, right? And I'm not saying a fake story, but give them the experience that they can feel it. And when you talk from experience, it just comes out so authentic and truthful. And it's just like you'll grab people's attention. So I definitely recommend you tell people your experiences in the different neighborhoods that you are comparing. Number 3, what $400,000 buys in your market, right? So if for me, if I was to say, okay, what $400,000 buys in Ocala, right? And I'm gonna show the different houses that they can do compared to maybe another house that where $400,000 doesn't get you as much in a different neighborhood, right? So this goes viral fast because people love comparing what their money gets in different states or cities. So show 2 to 3 real listings, blur the addresses, and talk about what buyers can expect at that price point, right? We already know there's some areas where $400,000 isn't going to get you a lot, right? But then there are areas, up and coming areas, that, oh yeah, you can live luxury in a $400,000 house, right? And just explain to them, sometimes where you have an area that's up and coming, that's where you get in at a really good price, right? So we know that there's just so much growth happening in different markets, right? So if you know that there's a lot of growth happening in your market, I would emphasize on the fact that that the buyer can get in at a really low price in an up and coming area. But we all know up and coming areas will be developed soon, okay? And you can, if you have an experience, like for example, for me, where I live, I bought when it was just super rural, right? And 2 3 years later, now everything is built up, built a lot of equity, right? So again, people want to hear real life stories and scenarios. All right, so let's talk about number 4, pros and cons of living in your city, okay? So this type of video is gonna get a huge watch time because people want the real story. The bugs, the traffic, the HOAs, the storms, the hidden perks. The more authentic you are, the more they trust you. I cannot emphasize that enough. So for example, what I would do is pros and cons of living in Davenport, right? Some pros are that it's up and coming, it's still an affordable place to live. There are many restaurants and shops coming up. You have different school options, right? A con might be the traffic, right? A con may be that a lot of the communities are in an HOA, but don't be too scared to, or don't be scared to say some cons, right? Because we all know there's going to be a negative in every market, right? Whether it be the HOAs, whether it be traffic, whether it be that there's a lot of surrounding communities that have short-term rents or whatever have you, right? So don't be afraid of giving some negatives of living somewhere. You are being authentic, you are being real, you are speaking to the people who are like, you know what, that don't even bother me, right? I'm looking to live in your city, and I want to work with you, right? Then you, of course, people are gonna see and I'm like, oh, the traffic is bad, no thank you, I don't want to live in that city. And that's okay, but you're gonna have people who want to live where you are, where you're showcasing. All right, number 5, first time buyer mistakes in Florida. These videos position you as an expert. Talk about skipping inspections, not budgeting for closing costs, choosing the wrong lender, things that can cost buyer thousands. Share at least one real client story to make it relatable. Everything in your videos, you want to make it relatable. That's extremely important, right? So for example, I think a good thing, if you're doing a lot of new construction, you can talk about CDDs, right? A lot of buyers don't know what a CDD is. A lot of buyers don't know that they even have a CDD until later, right? Or if CDDs are not even a part of your market, how about taxes when it comes to new construction homes, right? A lot of people don't know that the taxes the first year are only based on the land value, but the second year the taxes get reassessed because now there's a house on it, right? So you want to really emphasize on some of these aspects that first time home buyers wouldn't know, right? A lot of first time home buyers don't know that they have closing costs. Like, what? I thought I only had to have a down payment. Or maybe first time homebuyers don't know of down payment assistance programs, right? But I personally wouldn't talk about down payment assistance programs if that's not really the buyer you are wanting to attract, right? Remember, you are talking to the buyer, the avatar that you want to work with, right? I know that there's a lot of realtors who don't want to handle um first time home buyers, or don't want to handle down payment assistance and all of that stuff. So but just make sure that you clearly know who is it that you're wanting to talk to, right? If you are really wanting to work with people who are relocating to your state, right, talk about things that people don't know and to look out for. Okay, so if people are wanting to move to Davenport, yes, that's one thing that I will mention is about the CDDs, because a lot of communities in the area have CDDs. I have a lot of new construction communities, and so I'm going to talk about the taxes and things like that. So always keep it real, always, always, always tell a story, and then use your experience. Whether it be a client that you had, right? Or whether it be one of your friends who's a realtor and they had a situation, and then you can speak about it as well, okay? So these aren't just random ideas, they're proven. I use them, my clients use them, and they work because they answer real questions buyers and sellers are asking right now. And here's a strategy tip. You can film all 5 of these in one weekend and release them weekly. Batching is the cheat code. It keeps you consistent, and consistency builds trust. And with YouTube, you want to be consistent. If you're going to post one video per week, you want to post one video per week, okay? YouTube likes consistency, as you can as they will see, okay, you are posting every week, you're posting at the same day, the same time. I can trust that you are going to post next week and they're going to push out your videos, okay? So here's your move. Here is your homework. Pick one of these video topics and film it this week. Seriously, don't wait for it to be perfect. Just show up and serve your future clients. I'm telling you, your future clients are waiting for you. And hit subscribe, because I'm going to show you exactly how to title and tag these videos so they get found in search, rank on YouTube, and attract the right audience, because we are wanting to attract who we want to work with, okay? You need to have in your mind the ideal client, the ideal avatar that you want to work with, and you're speaking exactly to those people. So, this is the Monarch method, where realtors rise, and remember that I always got you.